Hello everybody, it is I, Nick of Nick's Nook. Anybody watching this video probably knows exactly who I am. I know I haven't done one of these in a while, but I felt like doing it today. I think I didn't do it for a while because I set all these expectations for myself, and by doing that I overwhelmed myself. And now I've kind of come to this conclusion of I'm just going to make videos when I feel like making videos. And if you guys like them, awesome. If not, awesome. Have a great day. You don't have to watch it. You can turn it off whenever you want. Today I had some people ask me how to do a reading for yourself. So I think what I'm going to do today is give you guys a little overview of what a Celtic cross is like. And I was going to use this one deck, but I think I'm actually going to use my Druid deck that I used the last time we talked, just because I really like this deck. I feel like it has some really good imagery in it that helps me understand what the cards are trying to say, and it's frankly just beautiful. And I'll talk about how to do a little Celtic cross for you guys. So if you go get your own deck, you can... I keep saying you can do it yourself. And first I'm going to lay out what a Celtic cross is. I probably should have opened this before I started talking, but we're just flying by the seat of our pants today, guys. I hope you guys like it. I got this specifically for this and have not used it. What? Because I stressed myself out, but we're doing it. Okay, so the Celtic cross is the traditional spread in tarot. If you want the whole history of it, just get on Google. You know, I think a lot of learning tarot is educating yourself because you're becoming your own oracle. The cards are just a way for your higher self and your guides to speak with you and to kind of let you know where you're at and where you're going, and see how you feel about those things and see what you want to do to either change or aid the change that is coming. Okay, so we've got one, two, y'all don't laugh at my really bad squares, okay? Because I'm busting this out for you guys. So it's a 10 card spread. And the first is the questioner. And this is like where you're at in the position of the question you're asking. If you're asking, where am I going? What can I do to make my job better? The best kind of questions to ask aren't questions that are like yes or no. It's what can I do? How can I advance? You know, open-ended questions. You can't see that. Now you can see it. Woohoo! Open-ended questions. Okay, so again, number one is the questioner. It's you. It's the person that's standing in the place being like, okay, what's going on? The second is the crossing. And this is the obstacle. This is what is standing in your way, be it a physical barrier, be it an emotional barrier. You can see that little O-ring. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how to fix that. I'm not super techie. Third is what is above you. It is what you can pull from your own mind to use. What crowns you is another way to say it. What is your special ability to help in this situation? 4 is like what's the best way to word this? I think about it of like what roots me, considering this is what crowns you. It's like, what strengths do you have? Like, this is your mental prowess. This is your almost like physical prowess. What grounds you, what keeps you tethered to this reality that's going to help you move forward in your path. And you know, this is just my personal take on the Celtic cross. Every little book will say it slightly different. All you have to do is like get in touch with yourself, get in touch in what you feel like these cards are telling you. Again, Pinterest, Google, your best friends. There's tons of websites that are like, this is how you do tarot. I'm just a chick that has read some of the articles and likes to do stuff her own way. So this is just how I do it. 5 is what's behind you. What situation are you coming from? What did you just learn? What's immediately ahead of you is number 6. What you're immediately going to be moving into. This is where you were. This is where you are. This is where you're going. 7 is, this is how people might perceive you. No, this is how you perceive yourself. My bad. It's a lot different when you're writing it out. How you perceive yourself. Are you the villain? Are you the hero? Are you holding yourself back? What are you doing in this situation? If this is who you actually are, this is how you're perceiving yourself. 8 is your environment / how others see you. You kind of just go with your intuition on that. This is your hopes and fears. So if it's positive, it's obviously what you hope for. But I also think sometimes hopes and fears go hand in hand. Like you might really want that job, but you know if you take that job, you're not going to have the same amount of free time that you had before. So you're hopeful because you've dreamt of this and you want to do this, but you're afraid of the change that it's going to bring. Or it can just be like you're genuinely terrified of everything falling apart. You know, you're afraid of losing everything. And that's a valid fear. It's okay to be afraid of new things happening. But we'll get into that. And 10 is the outcome if nothing changes. And personally, I think just by doing a reading, just by taking the time to see where you're at, where you're going, and like reflect on what it is that you want and you're afraid of, I think things are going to change no matter what. Or you can just take more steps to continue on the path you're already in. You can dig deeper to keep heading towards whatever this is, if it's something that you want. So here's that. It's really messy, but I don't know. I don't really care about being perfect. You guys only, I'm sorry. Just take your own notes and make a pretty one for you. Now that we've gone over the basic format of a Celtic cross, let's do it. I think you should always cleanse your tools. If you're like me and you have crystals, you can use selenite. You can use smoke from incense. You can use the ringing of a bell. Again, Google's your best friend. Do what cleansing method feels good for you, or just say, knock, 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 you're cleansed, let's go. I like to shuffle a few times, make sure they're mixed up. Think about what it is I'm asking. Think about what I'm trying to find out about where I'm at and where I'm going. Ask the question in my head. Let my energy become part of the cards. These cards are pretty big. My hands feel small. I'm gonna move some of this stuff out of the way because I think I'm gonna show you guys the cards at some point. Yes, my desk is messy. Yes, my desk is messy. No, I'm not ashamed. I am a clutterbug. I'm not even a clutterbug. Like, I'm pretty tidy, y'all. I like my house to be very clean. I freak out if it's not. But there's something about my office space that I just throw stuff everywhere. I think it's because it's my workspace, so I'm constantly working on a little project. And, you know, I'm not ashamed of that. Not ashamed of that at all. Nicole, get to the point. You know, guys, I'll get to the point when I get to it. Okay. Thank you very much. Awesome. Woohoo. Party on. And we have another sip of coffee. Okay, so when you've shuffled to your heart's content, when you feel like you've done all the shuffling you need to do, you will take your left hand or your right hand if you're left hand dominant. You want to use your non-dominant hand first. I've also heard that you want to use your left hand first because that's like the feminine hand and the right hand's the masculine. So you're closing off the energies. But I think if you're left-handed, you're switched. I think you're lopsided. So I think you need to do that. That's my personal feeling. Or you're just really feminine energy. Like you really live in that feminine energy. I don't know, get on Google and decide for yourself. I could be talking out of my butt. So then you'll cut to the left 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then you take your right hand, pick whatever you want and close it off. And then you start to flip. And while I do this, I'm gonna tilt this to the ground. I'll stay, I hope you can see it all. All right, and you'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I know you can't see the whole thing, but you can see most of it. You kind of get the idea. I'll take a picture of it when it's done. And have that for you guys to see at the end of the video, so you can take a screenshot if you like. The underlying's the Ace of Cups. Ooh, so I'm asking for myself. Y'all are just gonna watch me do a reading for myself, basically. And basically, this underlying Ace of Cups tells me that, like, at the core of my energy right now, I am breaking into new emotional fulfillment, which I completely agree with that. I feel like I am kind of leveling up. I saw somebody on TikTok talking about that the other day, where they were like, stuff's been really hard, and I feel like I've been coming to realizations about myself and my life that have been really difficult, and like I've had to dissect. But ultimately, I'm really excited for where I'm going and the new adventures I'm about to take on. For my first card, the one that represents where I am at right now, the questioner in my place of questioning, I've got the 3 of Pentacles. And I'm noticing right now, so if you can see, all these people are watching him work on this beautiful stone carving. This is his project. He is spending all of his energy to make this as perfect as he possibly can. And they're all just watching patiently, admiring him for the hard work that he's doing. This is the first time I've noticed this cat, like super, like it popped out at me a lot, this cat leaning against him, almost like it's encouraging him to keep going. It's giving him some of its strength. You know, that cat looks very happy to be helping him. Looks like it's rubbing itself all against him, like, yes, you do your thing. And my cat Nene, she's not in here right now. She's probably outside. Definitely, I feel like supports me whenever I'm working on stuff. She will like lean into me whenever she knows I'm working on a project, and it's like she's just giving me some moral support. And I think cats are pretty magical. I think they have the ability to share some of their energy with us. I like how independent they are. I like how they do stuff themselves. And maybe that's a message within itself. It's, I'm doing this myself and I am pulling strength from myself. And that's going to be what makes my project so beautiful. For the crossing, what's the obstacle in my life right now? I've got the 5 of Cups. So in this card, I'm looking at what looks like an otter going after a fish in a pond. The fish is trying to escape, but the otter's right on its tail, reaching out for it. Focus. There's this guy with his hood up watching the whole thing happen at the edge of the lake. And he has these 5 cups, but 3 of them have been knocked over. They're empty. And yeah, he still has the other 2, but it's kind of like watching stuff just like wane and not being sure what's next, not being sure if your cups are going to be filled again or if it's going to be taken away from you and you're not going to have anything anymore. Yeah, I'm afraid of that. Like, that's definitely, I feel like I'm at this middle ground where I could go either way. I could, depending on what I do, you know, what kind of choices I make, a lot of things could change, or I could not have what it is that I'm pursuing. That sounds awful. Change is scary, but I also love change and I'm kind of obsessed with it and always instigating it. Actually, a life path 5. So whenever I pull out 5s, I feel like it's just me being in my energy of making choices on how to move forward. What crowns me, what is mine to use, what is the energy I possess that will help me move forward is the Queen of Swords. And I really like this for myself. I think the Queen of Swords is just such a powerful woman. She is intuitive, she is quick-witted, she makes decisions quickly and isn't afraid to cut things and people out of her life that do not serve her and that do not help her pursue her highest good. She's afraid of nothing because she knows the power and the wisdom that she holds inside. And I'm not, I don't know, I don't want to sound conceited, but whenever I'm doing a reading for myself, so I'm telling you guys just what I'm thinking so you can see what this process looks like. I think that whenever I am in my energy and I don't let fear dictate me, I can be like a Queen of Swords. I feel like I can use my intellect to push me farther. And I think my intellect helps foster good relationships with people because as a queen, she has maternal energy. She has that gentle femininity when she needs it. She's just not afraid to turn up the heat if she has to. What grounds me, what roots me, the core of my abilities to help me through my process is the Ace of Wands. As an Aries, this would fall into a card that's in my element because Wands is fire, creation, inspiration. The Ace is manifesting new beginnings of passion and pursuing them with vigor, like a stag pursuing a doe in the heat, in the rut. I charge forward unafraid. He could leap that gap easily to go to wherever he wants to. So can I. Where I'm coming from, the energy I'm moving out of is the Prince of Cups, which is, princes are like knights. They're fast-moving energy. They chase after what they want kind of with a tunnel vision. The Prince of Cups would be a prince that pursues emotional fulfillment really aggressively, that maybe doesn't pay attention to other things because he's too focused on whatever that emotional fulfillment is. And I'm in a relationship. We've been in a relationship for about 1.5 years now. And I would definitely say I have been very, very focused on him. Like, I have poured so much time and energy and focus into him, which has been amazing. I love my relationship. I love my boyfriend. I just stopped focusing on other things because I was pursuing that with such passion. I was a knight on a mission. I was a prince pursuing his love, or princess, you know, energy is universal. But I'm moving out of that energy into an energy of work, which like doesn't mean I'm moving away from my relationship. It just means I'm moving into a different focus. But looking forward, and this is interesting, I have Serens, and my understanding of Serens is kind of like the devil. It's kind of like, but when you hear the devil, there's such a negative connotation in our society. But it's more just like ties that bind. These are the lovers right here resting in the forest as Serens watches over them. A looming figure, a warning of losing yourself and not paying attention to what's going on around you, of stepping away from work. So perhaps if I don't focus on my work, I'll be moving into another state of not focusing on what's important, of becoming lackadaisical and not getting done what needs to get done. Oh, we don't want that to happen. I'm gonna look at something real quick. For Serens. Okay, so yeah, it's the call to awaken to responsibility. Yeah, I was right. Just want to see if it said anything else. Warns against the dangers of materialism. So I just need to be sure not to overindulge. Don't lose focus. How I see myself right now, where I see myself in this situation and where I'm at, is the sun. And the sun is, I love that this sun is a little boy riding his horse and just enjoying life and not having anything to worry about, because the sun is shining, the birds are singing, and everything is only going to get better from here. Everything is hopeful and full of light. And I feel so hopeful. I feel like I'm going to take the world by the throat and make it mine. You know, I have the power to do anything I need to do. And I ain't scared. So the environment / how others might see me as Ace of Swords. And I find this depiction interesting. The hand coming out of the murky water. Like in Avatar, when the guy's being chased by the angry Theranos or whatever it's called, and he jumps off the waterfall into the water and manages to survive and pops out. It's like, I still have more battles to fight, and I'm not afraid to move forward. I will slash anything in my way down, and I will forge a path for myself. And if that's how you guys are seeing me, you're dang right. My hopes and fears are the Six of Pentacles. And I'm seeing an old man here giving out coins. He looks kind of tired and dreary, but just doing what he does. Everything's balanced in the picture. I feel like this is my desire for balance. This is my dream of being able to give to others. I hope to be the kind of person I can give to others and sit in my own comfort with what I do. Not worry about what's going on and just doing what it is that I do. And in my outcome, if nothing changes, I have the Feralt, which is, I don't know if that's how you say it. It's like a Celtic word. She's like the high priestess. She manifests her own future. She is an alchemist in her own life and knows what concoctions and combinations to make her dream come to reality. So if I continue doing what I'm doing and making sure not to fall into materialism and greed and not paying attention to my responsibility to myself, my responsibility to my life path, I will be creating my own future. I will be the manifester and the magician in my own life. Hey, shush your face. Barking dogs, am I right? Yeah, well, I guess that's it. That is what it looks like to do a Celtic reading for yourself. Oh, a little spit. I guess I have nothing else to say. If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message or comment on here. I have a Pinterest board full of different spreads if anybody would like to be added on to that. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for your time. Peace, love, and pixie dust.